Welcome to the Drip Project. Let's go for a walk. Welcome to the Drip Project. Let's go for a walk. So in total we have about, I think, 50,000 square feet inside, and if you include the outside, it's about 100,000, which is awesome. And we've had the opportunity to bring some of the best artists in New York City over here, and honestly, it's been a pleasure to work with everybody. So they've had the owner of the spot, Chris Mess, or the landlord, the owner of the mess hall, has had this space for about 17 years. And before I joined, it was a crazy music studio, and they used to have events and concerts. And then it expanded into the Drip Project as he gave me the opportunity to come here and bring a couple of my friends. And now it is like a cultural, iconic destination for anybody that's uptown and Westchester. All right, what's good? Now it's all good, quiet. Man, and especially like it. Rezo likes anything that was from like the 90s. Anything that's retro, Rezo loves. And honestly, we love it too, so it's kind of cool. And I think he did a great job. At night, that thing is creepy, dude. At night, that thing is creepy. I remember years ago, around the time when I first got into the Banksy stuff, I remember reading articles about, like you said, like realtors being interested in getting street artists, and I just remember reading an article about some guy owned a building and he had a couple street artists and graffiti artists come and paint his roof. So he can make the roof really nice and fancy, put a couple barbecues, and all the kids were trying to go there and party and live there and spend freaking $3,000 a month on a one bedroom. Like, it was no problem. So like, dude, if this inspires people to come out, by all means. But give fucking the artists their due credit, because they deserve it. Bushwick would be nothing without street art and graffiti. Nothing. Nothing. For real, dude. And like, if you talk to anybody, and they'll say, oh, 10 years, what the hell? This is Bushwick now? Everybody's always so amazed at the giant change, and the real change is just this art brought businesses, and which brought hipsters, and the neighborhood started to flourish. Isabel Ewing did an amazing piece over here. This girl's got like uber talent, man. I'm a big fan of hers. It's cool to see when you offer an artist a space that like isn't usually like formal to what they're used to painting. And the way that they can just flex around it and make everything work. The fact that the hair is going down the stairwell, like she's a genius. Like Damien Mitchell is so next level. This guy's from Australia and just came here and just started killing everybody with his realism. I'd say my favorite realistic artist as far as spray paint wise is definitely Damien Mitchell and BK Fox. Definitely on very similar levels. And he's such a good dude too, because this is just like, I think, a photo of his friend's son. And he just decided to paint him just for the hell of it. This artist right here is Chris Stain. This guy he is a movie artist, a television show artist as well. He does like a lot of the backdrops for TV shows, TV series. He did a couple walls. I did a giant, beautiful wall at the Coney Island walls. I love his style. Very cool stencil artist. And freehand artist, actually. Yep. It was funny because when Lucky first started painting this mural, he buffed the whole wall black initially. And then we came back the next day. He touched those, like the wall is soaking wet for some reason. I think it's this shitty paint that I bought. I'm like, dude, there's no way it's the paint. So this building is so old that, like, I guess water was leaking in through the bricks. And if you see here, this faded black, that's what this whole wall looked like. This whole thing was just completely faded and melted. And it was like a really cool effect. It was awesome. At the end of the day, like, he came back and we realized it was the building, not the fucking paint that he bought. And he just did this beautiful piece. So I don't know how gritty you want to get in this article, but I can tell you a really funny story about something that happened here. All right, so when these artists right over here, when these guys were painting this mural, I was away in Florida for my family's, my parents' 40th anniversary. So I was completely sober for about a week and a half. And I came home around 2 a.m. to come, they were still painting. They ended up staying like 3 days at the mess hall, painting, camping, just having a good time. And I came here about 2 a.m. after being sober for a week just to check up on these guys. I saw a weed pen, decided to grab the weed pen, took a pull. Turns out that wasn't a weed pen. Turns out that was a DMT pen. And then I started tripping balls, like in the corner while these dudes are just like, all right, he'll be all right. They just put on some music and for like the next 15 minutes was the craziest trip of my life. And I was furious at first because I did not want that to happen. But when it was all said and done, it was a cool experience and it happened around like some amazing artists and the stuff was just trippy and I was becoming real like in tune with this fucking culture, man. It was cool. It's definitely a vibe.